What's up, guys? I realized that I never quite posted a fully completed raid, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Because I've been able to do it quite a few times now, with different styles. I've done it with Sun, Moon, and then a couple of different BDAs, mostly just having Tamari carry. Because Tamari makes completing the raid completely pretty easy. And then Shadow helps with all the earlier waves from prior to Yurichi. The only problem with using Shadow Tamari is, for example, here, you see how it takes a while. Comparably, when I've been able to beat this with Sun, and the earlier waves just go by so much quicker. So 1 through 19 is like significantly faster, which is the only really downside to using Shadow Tamari. It just does take quite some time. You still have good AoE crowd control, it just doesn't kill as quick. But still, I found this to be the most reliable style for me to finish raids. Like, I can almost do like every single time consistently. The only really difficult part at that point would be green demons, because Tamari's not too crazy consistent dealing with them. With the stunning, especially with this, there's no real combo extenders. The workaround I found to that is just taking them one at a time and pretty much perma-stunning them. My dog's going crazy right now. But, dealing with 2 or more at a time, it's really annoying to try to stun multiple. That's what the problem would be. I think that one just came a little later. Yeah, the other demon that just killed. Still, Tamari makes like all the bosses just super easy, especially Yurichi. Yurichi becomes so light. And the reason that Shadow is also particularly good for that is because eventually you do wind up running out of stamina. But Shadow Consume overrides that, so you can just one combo Yurichi. The other thing is his hair blocks damage, so you just gotta try to get it so you're hitting the front of him. Apart from that, it's just pretty much a normal raid, just a little slower. He's getting them all together and wiping them at once. Oh, another breathing style is Stone. I've been able to do it with Stone, Moon, and Sun. Wind is really good for the early waves, but it struggles with Yurichi. If you can just do like a ton of lunge on rags though, that's the best way to deal with Yurichi with any breathing style. What I've kind of found. I missed my Shadow Blade. Or this is called. Means the normal demons are probably going to survive. Now it should just be the AD causes. Honestly, the hardest boss in this becomes Kokushibo just because of his unreliable pathfinding. Anyways, I guess there's not really much I have to talk about beyond that. So I'll probably just mute up and just let the content play out for itself here. Unfortunately, I can't mute the Demonfall background music. But I'll turn off my mic here in a second after I'm in a better position. I did not mean to turn that on. Probably focus on getting this guy out. I don't want her to bug though, that would suck. For those of you who don't know how Shinobu bugs, it's whenever she does her second M1. I got this flame, yeah. So I figured I would just finally post the raid since I never did it. I know I'm able to do it now, so probably about time. There's not much else for Demonfall content I have to post beyond that, just because this was kind of unresolved. Until Arax does eventually update or drops his new game, either or. I'll definitely upload and play Arax's new game once that's out. Probably won't kill, but with Fireball it will. Unless I miss. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys at the end of the raid. So as y'all can tell, the strategy is pretty simple. This is the worst part, really. Or Kokoshibo. Kokoshibo's annoying because you have to get him from afar. All the other bosses, you can be like right next to them, including Yorichi. Just because Yorichi's kind of stupid, his AI a little bit, where you stand still for a little bit after being stunned. Oh, I didn't think they were going to be able to turn that quick. Don't want to bait the others yet, though. I'll wait for one of them to dash, maybe. Okay. They can just walk out of this, though, so it's more of just like formality. Okay, that's gonna work out. There we go. And this is what makes it just so slow. You have to take on the greens one by one. But taking them down is, I got too close, is easy as long as you do it right. Like, I just really messed up there. That's gonna be a problem. Let me see if I can pull them all onto that one side. Okay, no. These ones are lower though, so I'll see about trying to bait one of them out first. Hopefully this is the one I was attacking before. Don't want those guys over there to start coming to me. Oh, not enough. Damn, I'm just gonna try taking them down together, honestly. Problem is they're really out of sync right now, because I mean, I wasn't trying to sync them up, I was trying to take them down one by one. Oh, that's not good. I can't really dash jump right now either. The low ones will start dropping soon from enough moves. Just a matter of time. Now that I got my stamina back, I do not want Shadow Consume up still. Doesn't help that we got a Slayer over here now. Oh, we got one. Okay, cool. They're gonna dash here in a second, yeah, but... I'm gonna see if I can move a little further left here. Yeah, that one got through. I'm gonna have to Shadow Consume again. Nice triple hit. I'm fine with taking a little bit of damage so long as we can start killing these guys. I was holding S. Oh my god. Okay, I can get this guy singled out now. That's a big deal. They should all be pretty low now though, so... Take down the Slayer, the hero. Oh wait, those were the last two. I didn't even realize I killed the third one. Okay, so now it's Yorichi, who is arguably easier than Koku when you're running Tamari like this. Or unless I'm Buns and I just get caught in that combo. Take a little bit longer. I'm gonna wait for some cooldowns, particularly my iframe. Just because, even though I'm very confident going into this, just because of what I have, I don't want that to wind up getting me killed just from being too overconfident. Wow. These are not hitting. Tamari is one of like more unreliable things, but okay, yeah. I can't even get away from that. Too close. There's still that guy inside the bush. Get him out. I guess I'll just do this. I need to try to knock him out. I don't want to use my airball though. I need that for Yorichi, so I definitely want to let cooldown. The only things I really need for Yorichi are going to be airball, black hole, and shadow consume. Particularly just airball and shadow consume, and then shadow dismiss in case I get caught in a combo. Okay, cool. This is like with any other strategy with taking him down, where you just kind of bait him to the corner, and then try to infinite combo him. Except you actually can't infinite combo him because AI is dumb, so he literally can't even get out. And you're out of range from his special attack that he does, which not ragdolls you. And then you have airball to avoid the TP attack. She normally doesn't do it at the start here. Getting him in the corner first is the hardest part, but once you got him there, it's easier. Normally I'm supposed to do the black hole at the beginning, but I didn't do it, so I'm not going to bother trying to do it now. And that's pretty much the easiest way to take this dude out. You still can lose if you fumble, for example. He got this walk thing that he can do. But if you just keep spamming him once, it's usually pretty much won. One thing is I want to get a little closer just in case he does get a second where he's unstunned, so he doesn't do the TP attack. Because that one, he only does it if you're in the range of it. For example, that one, we're not close enough though for it to get hit by it. But then we're out. We're not far out enough where he does the TP attack. And if he does try to do it, or you need like a break or something, let's say you fumble and you're trying to dash away, that's when you just have the airball to get out of it. Similar to how Sora would have bell pressure. And this is going worse than normal, not gonna lie. But with the shadow, it's hard to see, but you just pretty much gotta aim a little down from the blue diamond. So we don't have to worry about stamina run out. Which is another reason why I love Shadow for this. Shadow is just so good for the earlier waves for crowd control and wiping them all out. Although it's just slow. Shout out to Mari just as a whole is slow. Still, Soryu sucks for taking down green demons, even worse, more so than Tamari. And Great Sword is not too viable for raid. It would seem like it'd be the best because it's got the biggest AoEs, but Tamari just outshines it because of this reason right here. I mean, like, we didn't even get hit. So yeah, I mean, that's the raid. Finally completed. It's crazy how, like, the first 10 waves of the raid takes me 15 minutes, and then the second half of the raid is, like, 15 minutes. So, this goes to show how much it slows down once you have to deal with the greens, especially with something like Shadow Tamari. Oh, there's a guy up here. But thank you all for watching. I have a bad feeling this guy's gonna hit me, yeah. I guess we're gonna have to fight this guy now. He's bugging or something. Let's just knock him off. Or not. Wow. Oh wow. Is he alive? How's he alive? He took fall damage. Do you see that? Is that cheating? I'm really surprised this dude is cheating. I can't see. Is that this dude? I think so. This guy's gotta be cheating, right? He doesn't look like he's slowing down either. I guess we got a little PvP fight here at the end, so why not? I'm not gonna instant combo him though, even if he is cheating. I feel like I've definitely done enough. Oh, no he's not. He's just really laggy. If I brought him to the Sakura tree. Is he like perma-stuck there? Does he die? I don't know, I've never, I think, is that like a thing you can do to perma- I think did he leave? No, I think that's him, right? The Mr. guy? I can't tell because my recording is blocking it, but thank y'all for watching again. Hope y'all learned something if you didn't know how to beat Raid. Some other things I recommend, if you're having like troubles beating Raid, is if you do want to not do a Tamari strategy, Soryu is another good one for Bellringer. The only problem is that the M1s on Soryu aren't that great. The Bellringer is really just useful for taking down the boss Yorichi because you can use it as an iframe first teleport move, which means you can play more like defensively rather than super aggressive lunge on Rag or trying to hit him on Rag. Stone is really good for breezing through the first early stages and then good for getting him in long combos, Yorichi long combos. So that way, you know, the longer that he's stunned, the less opportunity he has to attack you, which is just better. Sun is also really good. It also has an iframe and a counter for blocking it, which is also really nice. Flame as well for that reason, just because the counter, it's got a pretty low cooldown as well, similar to Soryu. So you'll have it more often. And the thing is, Sun and Moon both really good crowd control, but Sun is definitely better. With the Burning Bones that you can do, you can like one combo so many of the mobs really easily, and you can breeze through a raid in like probably 45 minutes solo if you're really good at it. Any other styles that'd be good? Here, let me see if this ends recording or not if I open this. Okay, it didn't. Thunder, actually, I actually have been really liking Thunder. I've used it a couple of times for raid. It's actually pretty solid because you can do Thunderclap, Heat Lightning, and then Sixfold, and that kills normal demons and normal slayers, which is what you want from a style to be able to beat raid. You need to be able to just spam some moves and be able to take out the normal demons and the normal slayers. If you can do that, then taking on the special ones becomes so much easier because there's so few of them now. Like maybe at the most you'll have 5, and you'll be able to generally deal with that. And the only thing is Sixfold sometimes doesn't hit all of them, but if you bunch them up correctly, I actually haven't had any issues with that being inconsistent, but I will admit it could happen. One of the reasons why I just don't like Flame for Raid is just because the early waves do take longer. It's not like it's impossible. You got Flame Tiger, you got the Flame Bend, and then if you want to get risky, you can even do Rising or something like that, or Unknowing. But it's not good enough AoE control damage. Water really isn't going to be that great. Wind is really good for the early waves, 1 through 19. By early waves, I mean 1 through 19. I'm talking about everything except Yorichi. It can handle everything really smoothly. Great AoE and control. You got the Gale, you got the Whirlwind, and then you have Lotus to clean things up. And it just works really well for that reason. Also, the speed boost that you get from it is really amazing to get away from mobs and infinite combos, especially for the Kazas because they kick for so long. I haven't tried Mist, but I can't imagine it being too great just because it doesn't have that AoE potential. With Tokito, I guess it would be better because that is another AoE move, but it doesn't have a great cooldown and the damage output isn't high enough to suffice from the lack of other AoE. I mean, the best you would have is that dashing forward move, because keep in mind, you want to use AoE moves that don't put you in jeopardy to get hit afterwards. Insect does not have AoE and the damage output is bad, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't even have anything really good for Yorichi, so I don't see that being that good. It's got the new Beast Sting thing, but that's not enough damage alone. Beast has decent AoE. I've used it, actually, in raids, so I've tried Beast. And it works okay. It doesn't have, like, really good AoE, though. Like, it's got decent, like, for example, the iframe move that does the attack, and then you can do the other iframe move that does, like, 80 damage. Pair that with some other just attacks from, like, the wheel and stuff that you get some slower tick damage off, or some lesser tick damage. It does good enough where it's not horrible, but it's not amazing either. Serpent I haven't used in raid, but it should theoretically be really good. It has that 70 damage move, which alone should pretty much kill normal slayers, because they have either 70 or 80 HP, so it's either gonna one-shot them or get them really low. I think they have 80 from what I figured out Tamari, because Tamari should do 10 damage per hit, and I had to hit them 8 times, so they think they have 80 then. But yeah, that move alone, and then you pair it with the one that does the 3 attacks and the final one at the end, that should take them out in any normal demons. So that should be good. And then you have the counter for your Yorichi. It's got a longer CD though, but you still have some good long combos to keep him in keep him stunned for a long time. I've tried Love a lot of times actually. It's got the Cat Lift Shower, which is like 50, which is not as much as the Serpent one, but it's also got bigger range and it's safer to use than the Serpent one. Love is just the thing that really helps it the most in the raid is just the M1s. That's what I found. The M1s are just so massive that you honestly sometimes don't even need any of the AoE moves. Just if you're able to get like for example, if I'm in the back on like waves 15, 16, 17, I don't pull all of them with Love. I only pull like a smaller amount, and I can be able to just M1 them. The only thing is you got to be careful for would be, for example, Flames, Winds, Akazas at that point. Obviously, Stone is just amazing. It's really good for early game and then for Yorichi. Shockwave is horrible. I really wasn't planning on doing an analysis for each one, but I might as well since I've already gone through. Shockwave is horrible. I want it to be good, but it does not have AoE control like at all. It does not perform well. Similarly, it goes for Swamp. The only benefit to Swamp, you have that spammable iframe. Even the Portal thing, it only does 40 damage, and they're able to easily walk out of it, so you'd be super lucky if you somehow manage to pull off 40 damage on all that crowd. Apart from that, the Punch is going to be risky to do without good control. The pull is only like 10 damage. It doesn't have the damage there. Sickles, though. Yutaro style is definitely one of the ones that's really, really good for raid. You have, obviously, the circular slashes. The only problem that I've come across with circular slashes is similar to the Black Hole Hero move. If y'all saw during some of the points in the raid, the guys would get sucked into it, but some of them would be able to walk out, because some moves, actually almost all moves, have hard caps of how many enemies it can hit at once. And this is really prevalent with that, where sometimes I'll literally be using the move and they just walk to me while I'm in the middle of circular slashes and they just start punching me. So because of that, you want to do it similar to Love, where you don't pull a shitload all at once. You pull maybe 10 to 15 at the most, and you should be okay. Any more than that, and you're definitely going to probably have some guys running at you. But apart from that, that's going to do 70 damage. And then you have the Sickles doing another 60, which if you line them up correctly and you're careful, it's got enough AoE range that wipes out. It does massive damage. And then you have the Arc Rampage to just clean up the higher HP guys, the special ones. So actually, Sickles is another one that's really good. The only reason that I would prefer this type of build is just because this move here, Shadow Consume, makes it so easy for dealing with Yorichi. Apart from that, I mean, if you want to run Sickles, it's definitely it's going to go faster. Like, your raid's going to go faster than doing it with Shadow, and you still can take out Yorichi if you're running Tamari pretty much with no issues. It has the iframe, but I wouldn't bank on that too much. If he's using his teleport move, I would just eat the damage at that point and keep the iframe as like a bailout move when necessary. Exploding Blood I've tried as well. It has the AoE range and potential. I just personally haven't been a fan. Because it has the smash move, the ground smash, and then it has the move where you go straight forward in a line, shoots a little line forward. And those with the damage over time should take out Slayers, I believe, if you time it right. But beyond that, that's all that you have, and normal demons definitely don't die to that, so it just doesn't have enough damage output from those moves. And then the cooldowns are decently fast, especially for the ground smash one, to the point where it's like you have to run around and risk getting hit and killed. Shadow obviously is the great AoE with Black Hole, Rage, and Shadow Blade, which are able to kill normal mobs if you take them out. Then Airball is just an added-on thing that I mean, I haven't been mentioning for the other ones, but I'm just talking about the styles themselves in general. Because some of these, like, I generally run Sickle in Raid with Soryu. I just found it to be more enjoyable. Although Tamari definitely is just the best style, and if you want to sweat and just win raids quick, you got to bring Tamari or go with the Slayer style like Sun or Stone or Moon. Apart from that, we have any sort of like thing like Dark Thunder, String, or Arrow. Those have a couple of single target moves and not enough AoE. In the case of Arrow, let's talk about that first. It's pretty much got no AoE moves at all. So the damage output's not going to be there that you need. String at least has Claw and then that 40 damage move that sends the little thing forward. But that's not enough to kill normal Slayers, so... And with the cooldown, it's just not going to be worth it. I can imagine String would be really good against... what do you call it? Yorichi, though. If you're able to get to that point. Just because you can use the String pull as kind of like a mini stun. Or not like mini stun, like a mini extender. Just because he is so stupid, it should work. I've been able to actually do that against Kitaro with Soryu, where I've been able to infinite combo him. It's not a true infinite combo, but it still works good enough with String Soryu. Just against Yorichi, it should definitely work better. So you could theoretically do really good against him with String Soryu, but you would definitely want someone else with you to get you through 1 through 19, because it's just not going to be that good. And then with Dark Thunder, similarly, it has Obscure Spear, and that's really the only reliable AoE. The Dark Thunder jump is not good. Same with the Dante jump from Greatsword. They are not reliable. And then Grab is that single target, so good luck with that, you know. Ice. Here's the thing about Ice. It has good AoE, but the damage is not high enough. So it has the Surf, it has the Ice Spike that you do, and then it has the Veins as well. And those are all pretty safe to do, the Veins being the riskiest one, because sometimes they stack on top of each other when you're trying to do it, and then they hit you after. Like, some of them, they get out of it, and then they come jump back down, and then they start beating you up while you're still stunned. So I've noticed that has been a little bit finicky, but even if that it doesn't quite kill normal Slayers, I believe. If it does kill normal Slayers, I don't remember by heart. I play a lot of Demonfall, but I don't play it enough anymore that I know all these interactions. But it definitely doesn't take down normal demons. I don't think it takes down Slayers from what I remember. It's like not enough. If it did, then if it took down normal Slayers and normal demons, then Ice would actually probably be really solid, because that's just the main thing you want from the moves. If you're running Tamari, though, Airball might be able to clutch up enough. I'm not sure if it'll be able to take down demons, though. Digressing from that, the clones are the thing that really helps it the most, just because the clones in Raid, for whatever reason, they like bug out. And I found it to be more annoying and more tedious than anything. It makes the Raid pretty easy to complete, but it takes a long time. Like, it's so much easier to just go through with like a Stone or a Sun and just start blitzing through them really quickly. And Obi's the last one, and I've only recently, not recently, but I've only done like 2 raids with it. I haven't tried it enough, but it does have good damage output with AoE moves. The only thing is some of them are pretty risky to do. For example, the ultimate move is like 70 damage. The little jump it does at the end is definitely going to get you killed. So it's kind of like finicky to use right now. It does have good M1 range though, similar to Love, but just because it's just not true, it does put you at risk. I want to say Obi is better than most, but it's hard for me to call it like actually good for Raid. And the final one I missed out was Hantengu. Hantengu has good stunning. The only problem is sometimes it's a little bit risky to get some of the moves off, and the stunning moves don't do that much damage. So you have Demon Scream, and then you have the Hurricane. They don't do that much damage, but they are good for at least just getting things under control. You do have the Wind Lance, the dragon, as well, the Wood Dragon, the Wind Lance. Those 2 moves do good damage, and if you mix them with the Demon Scream and Hurricane, it does kill normal Slayers for sure. I think it also kills normal demons if you do all 4 of those moves. So you should actually be okay. The only thing is that Wind Lance move, it just takes so long to do that you've got to do it while they're stunned, pretty much. Similar to how, like, I do Black Hole and then I try to Shadow Rage right as it ends. They're not actually stunned in the Black Hole, but you would get the point. They'd be in the Hurricane right as it's about to end. You want to do that Wind Lance to hit them before it's off, because otherwise you really pose the risk of getting killed. You do have Thunderbolt, which does get them off you, though. There's a few iframes that are definitely better than others, and that's one of the ones that's really good, especially for Raid. If I'd have to say, Shadow Tamari is just the #1 thing for Raid. After that, it probably is going to be Stun, Sun, or Stone, and then anything else with Tamari. Tamari is really all you need, but you're going to have to want that crowd control as well, so I don't know. I'd have to probably put Sickle as the second best BDA. Shadow's #1 BDA, Sickle 2. After that, it's going to probably be Hantengu or Obi. One of those two, probably interchangeably. And after that, Ice. And I wouldn't bother trying with anything else for a solo run. For like doing it with another person, you could do other things, but definitely not solo, because otherwise it's just going to be a hell. Even if you are able to beat it, it's just not going to be worth it with how much time it's going to take. But for the... Oh, I didn't mention sound. Sound right now, currently in its current form, does have chain. It does have that smash, and it does have that dashing forward move, which that one's kind of a shitty hitbox, especially at the end, but I mean, those should kill, honestly. It's high damage. Those are like 2 40 damage moves, and then with the chain thing, which at that point you should be okay because normal Slayers will be dead. You can take out normal demons like that. So sound should also be another one that's pretty solid. I've used it a couple times. I have 2 sounds that I have that can raid. Just because I figured sound would be good. It's definitely better in theory. From the times I've used it, it's kind of like lackluster, especially with the M1s with how slow they are. With Beast, it's not as bad, just because you have the other insane damage. For example, that iframe move would literally kill a normal Slayer if you hit them with all the things. So you pair that with a couple of other moves, even if you miss 2 of them, it's still 40 damage from the single move with other AoE damage. You don't have to worry too much about M1ing those guys, but I just haven't found sound to be too good. I mean, you can definitely get up to your Ichi, but going against your Ichi, you're most likely going to lose. You have the one iframe to block as TP, but it just takes a while, and it's a really shitty iframe. Probably #1 Slayer style, I would probably say is Sun. Just because it's so quick. It's so I love using Sun, it's my go-to. And you can still take down your Ichi pretty reliably. Not as reliably as Tamari. Tamari smokes your Ichi, but after that, I'd probably say Moon or Wind interchangeably, and then Flame. And then maybe Thunder after that. I've really been thinking Thunder's been pretty solid. And then probably after that, maybe Beast. Love, Sound, and Serpent I could put after that. It's kind of like ones you can still use. And then Water and Insect and Mist, I don't think. I mean, you could probably beat the raid, don't get me wrong. It's just I wouldn't honestly recommend using those if you want to solo it. If you have a teammate, you can pretty much run any sort of combination and you should be okay, even if they're both shitty combinations, like you're running like Soryu String and Soryu String. Just because having a competent partner helps out so much. Anyways, oh, Flower, I forgot to mention Flower. Current Flower as well, it doesn't have good AoE crowd control damage. I'm just going to be honest, it's not going to be good. It does have that amazing counter that heals you back, but that's not going to be enough. I'm just going to be honest. It's got that one like circle move that goes for a while that's a pretty shitty combo extender. And then it has the little dash one that does the smaller circle, and those are like the closest things you get to crowd control, and those do nowhere near enough damage. So, and even when it comes to the Vermilion Eyes, it feels like, oh, let me just pop Vermilion Eyes and let them all start attacking me. There's actually a brief moment where after you're doing a counter on someone, you can take damage, and you're not going to be able to counter someone else because you're already in the mid, like, doing a counter on some other dude. So with like a shitload of dudes all jumping you at the same time, that's not going to work out too well. I personally haven't used Flower in Raid, but just going off of what the kit has, I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's that great. What else is there that needs to be added? I think that's all the Slayer styles, and we're missing some BDAs, right? We're missing Gyoko's BDA, that's what it is. Then Enmu. I think those are the only two that we're missing. I wonder if those ever do get added, how they'll perform. Well, we'll see. Basically, it just depends on if they have good AoE damage, and that's pretty much up to if it's going to be good or not. I don't think anything is going to be able to beat Shadow, just because with these 3 moves, you're able to wipe out things, and Black Hole is really good control for the back by just pulling them all together. And then Shadow Consume just gives you that ability to infinitely go against greens, any of the bosses, such as Yorichi and Kokushibo, which makes it better for with Tamari taking down guys compared to everything else. And lastly, it has a really good iframe. I don't know if they'll be beaten out, but if it does, that'd be cool to see. If you're going to make a build like this, I'd probably recommend going with either Himejima for survivability or going with Kanroji. Kanroji obviously is going to help things go so much quicker just with that damage boost. Especially against greens with Tamari, it'll be way, way, way better. And against bosses, because you're the one that's going to be just doing all those M1s, it'll speed up the process by, well, technically should be 15%. So if you're a little more ballsy, go Kanroji. I probably recommend most people to go Kanroji, really. It's only if you're scared of dying or you just want to be safe. In this case, with this character, I just want to make sure that I can beat the raid. This is the character that if I want to beat a raid, I pull up with this one, so I got Himejima for it. I'm not too worried about going too fast. If I want to go quicker, I usually just go with my son. I just like going with my son. It's been pretty fun. But just thank you all for watching and tuning in. Those are some of my tips, I guess, and some little feedback. This guy doesn't have a name. I've never seen that before. His name's got hack in it, so I feel like that might be why. I wondered this dude's probably exploiting. Yeah, thank you again. I'm gonna try to upload more often now. I have finally gotten some more free time, but I'm working on a project with some people for a Minecraft mod, which is probably gonna eat up some of my time because I want to start working on that as well. Apart from that, like I said, it's just normal work, school stuff that's taking up my time, and I'm taking up actually some scripting again. If y'all remember, like 5 years ago, I said I'm gonna make that one game, the Elementation game. Obviously, that never happened, but I'm not gonna promise anything now. But I am working on scripting again, and I've actually started to get a good daily routine regimen going. And so I might try pursuing that again, but I'm definitely not gonna make any promises with that, just because if it does come out, any sort of base form or version of the game is definitely not going to be up for probably the next at least 1 to 2 years, just as because I'm currently in a learning stage. I'm not actually making anything. I'm just playing around, learning through a studio how to do things efficiently, and yeah, like I said, that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Apart from that, I'm definitely going to upload just more Roblox games, and probably some Wizard 101 as well. I know not a lot of y'all enjoy that game. But for those of you who do enjoy the content, I'll definitely be posting some of that as well. But Demonfall, this might be one of the last videos I post for it for a while, unless I do like maybe any sort of PvP videos in between then. If I feel like I just want to do some PvP, I'll do that. But I guess the things to look out for would be, I'm probably going to play Noobs Must Die. I've been playing that recently. It's been a fun game. I recommend you guys to check it out. It's by a small developer. Super fun game. It's very promising. And then Entry Point Freelance Heist. That's paid access right now, but it's another really fun game. And it's going by a solo dev that I recommend you guys check it out. I'll probably upload those mostly, and then maybe some Volleyball Legends. That's just by a big game studio, but I enjoy playing it, especially with Huz. So I can play lacking with him, but he's been on his studies right now, so you might not see that for a little bit. But the other ones I play more solo, so definitely get some of those out. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a great rest of your day.